Hey there, it is Thursday, January 30th, and this is your weekly market watch for Seattle, Washington. Hey there, thanks for tuning in. We did miss last week. I missed last week on your weekly market watch because it was a little bit busy. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that today when I give you a little story. But first, let's dive into the 30-year fixed rate mortgage rate. So right now we are at 7.05. That's down just slightly from last week. Now the 15-year fixed is at 6.47% and 30-year FHA and VA is around 6.45 and 6.46% respectively. So what does that mean? We've been seeing these rates since basically the beginning of the year. We've seen it over 7%. There is some activity in the market though, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that with one of the listings that we just had. I think that buyers are probably settling into this idea that the interest rate is not going to go down a lot, or if they can negotiate on homes, they can buy that rate down with some credit that they can get from the seller. If you're not sure what that is, we can always talk about that in a strategy session if you're thinking about buying or selling. But I do think that this is becoming more of the norm. It's the new norm and buyers are getting used to it. And I think that we will see a lot of people who waited to purchase or sell in 2024 now go into the 2025 market and be ready to make a move. And that's going to make our market move quicker, I believe, at least in Seattle specifically. And I think that's going to cause a lot of bidding wars, a lot of actually competition in the market. So let's talk about a little story from this past week. We had a West Seattle home go on the market, a single family home, 3-bed, 2-bath at $925,000. That home had 90 groups through 4 different open houses over the weekend. So a ton of activity, and we ended up with 7 offers on the home. Now these are competitive offers. This is back to the same level we were seeing kind of during COVID when the rates were super low. There's a ton of pent up buyer demand. And what I mean by that is a lot of buyers come into the market after the beginning of the new year. They have their very own reasons, but let's say it's their New Year's resolution, maybe for taxes, maybe they're looking to get the kids into a specific school before the start of the next school year. But a lot of buyers start their purchasing process after the beginning of the new year, after the holidays. And so they don't have any homes to look at because there are not a lot of homes on the market. And that causes this little bubble of demand in the market that causes homes to go higher in price. And so when I talk to sellers about preparing their home for market, I say the sooner that you can get it on in the new year, the more likely you are to get a higher price for your home. And typically that higher price then sets the price for the other homes that will come on the market after it in our spring season. So whether you're buying, be sure that you know that that's going to happen. There's a little bit of a bubble of demand right now. And I'm not using bubble as a term of like a real estate bubble or a bad thing. I'm saying like a little bump in demand currently. And then if you're a seller, be aware that now is really the time to get your house on the market. If you haven't prepared yet, you might want to start right now because truly, I do not believe that the spring, March, April, May, those months are as impactful for listing your home as it is right now when buyers are out and ready to go. That's my story for the week, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so let's talk about the condo market. This week in the condo market in the past 7 days, we saw a reduction in the number of new listings, down 10 to 165 new listings. We saw pending listings go up though to 196. We're about to break that 200 mark. And then we saw sold listings go up slightly to 91. That's in the condo market. We're also seeing a bump in demand in the condo market as well. I shared this story before, but we had a condo go on the market in West Seattle and it received a cash offer the second day, or really the first day that it was on the market within 24 hours. So we are seeing this happen in the condo market as well. Now, in terms of residential homes, we saw fewer homes this week, a reduction, 5 less new listings at 281 in Seattle specifically, 25 more pending listings or homes going under contract at 446. So almost double the number of new listings. That is that demand from buyers coming into the market and us seeing things that have been sitting on the market now go under contract. And the number of closings was down just 8. That is a little bit about your market watch for this week, the last week of January the 30th. I'll be away next week, but we will be back the week after that. As always, if you're like other people who have reached out to us on YouTube and you want to start your strategy consultation about buying or selling real estate, now is the best time if you're 3, 6, 9 months out from making a move, because we can at least talk about the strategies and the homework that you need to do right now before we get started. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time.